Cornwall, England isn't exactly down the street.
Yeah, well, it was the accent that finally gave it away in the end.
Oh, I should have thought you'd been used to that. What about mine? Make you feel right at home?
Yeah, actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You know, I'm finding that your accent is becoming decidedly Americanized.
Well, I must be picking it up off the street. Certainly not here. Tell me about what did he say about the key?
Oh, the key. Yeah, I was speaking of keys. I'm having a new bolt put on the front door.
Oh, okay.
You know, this looks rather nice. It's $50. I mean, isn't that a touch excessive?
It's for charity. I mark everything up by at least 100%.
Holly, that's gouging.
Would you please get back to the point?
Oh, the locksmith. Yeah, well, he sort of remembers, making a key for Campbell, but he's not too sure what sort of key it is. Tell me, if they buy both, do they get some sort of a deal break, maybe?
Probably not. And how is he going to be able to identify the key? You're going to send him a photo?
No, he doesn't need that. All he required was a wax impression. Ramsey's doing that now.
And whilst you're waiting for word from England, what will you be doing?
I've got another theory that I've come up with.
Would that have anything to do with Grant Putnam?
Oh, you read my mind.
Just a minute.
Good morning.
Hi. Come on in.
Oh, my goodness, this looks suspiciously like laundry day.
No, actually, 3 days ago was laundry day. Today is just the day I'm finally getting around to it.
Celia, have you taken a look outside? Have you seen what it's like out there?
I've seen. It's a beautiful day.
It is a lovely spring day. It's not a day to be in here doing laundry or slaving around the house.
And what would you have me do?
Coincidentally, I am driving up to the cabin. Now, I realize it's last minute and I didn't call, but I was hoping that you would like to join me.
Don't scream!
It's the best song ever!
Oh.
Greatest everyone loves!
Yeah, make me believe it! Number one! All right, what do you want to do? Sure, man. Nice side, What's your name?
That you're going to be doing the decorating. Wouldn't you like to take a look at the cabin first?
Why does it have to be today?
All right. All right, I confess. I need someone to help me celebrate. I happen to have passed the second half of my med school entrance exams over the weekend. They are going to enroll me in the summer session.
That's terrific. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Congratulations.
Well, now with that behind me, I really feel like a nice purging day in the country. I could go by myself, of course, but it would be so much nicer if I had someone with me.
Like when we were kids.
Exactly. Celia, that's another reason I'd like you to be there. Going back and facing the cabin and the memories of my parents and the times we had there, I really would prefer not to be by myself.
I hadn't thought of that.
Strange, isn't it? A man who was robbed of his memory gets it back and finds himself constantly haunted by it.
Well, at least they were good memories.
Come with me, please.
All right. All right. If you promise to get me back at a decent hour.
I'll have you back for dinner. In fact, I'll get you back before dinner.
Okay, but we better hurry before I change my mind.
Okay. If it's all right with you, I figure that we could stop and have some lunch along the way. I know this wonderful little seafood place.
Okay.
Now, the first question is, how did the key wind up in the fish's stomach? I mean, assuming, of course, that it was Campbell's key, and we're not too sure of that yet.
I've got it. Okay. Yeah. Campbell goes down to the river. He sits on the bank, and when he gets up, the key falls out of his pocket.
Right. That would explain the traces of marine life on the coat, right?
And that's how the key got into Ramsey's dinner.
Too easy an explanation.
Does it have to be difficult?
Too many holes, love, sorry.
Like what?
All right, to start with. The key being found by itself. Now, keys are normally attached to a chain. And besides, what's he doing romping around the U.S. with a key to a British door on him?
Well, he has to put it somewhere.
Well, personally, when I travel overseas, I carry my keys in, either my case or maybe a briefcase.
Well, he's different. He keeps it in his pocket.
Singly, unattached, like loose change.
I'm just trying to find an easy explanation.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but sitting on the riverbank just doesn't do it for me. I mean, if he was to stand up quickly, the key might fall out onto the ground. It certainly wouldn't fall into the water. And besides, I did a temperature check for that area a week before he left. It was damn near freezing. You tell me, what's a sane person doing parked on the bank of a half-frozen river?
Okay, so that kills that theory.
The key was unattached. It's still something that needs explaining. I mean, no person carries just one key.
Well, then he took it off the ring for some reason.
What reason? Maybe he was going to throw it away.
That's it. That's it. He didn't have any more reason for it, so he threw it into the river.
Yeah, where fish of below average intelligence swam by and ate it, thinking it was a minnow.
Sounds ridiculous.
Especially since we're not even sure that it's really Campbell's key.
I thought we were going to assume it was.
We were. However, if we don't come up with a better theory, to be honest with you, we're out of the ball game. Anyway, look, I've got to get out of the waterfront. Best to go to homicide. Ramsey's meeting me down there.
Well, you know, there's still Grant Putnam.
Oh, him. Yeah, well, I'll think about him later.
Would you wait up? I want to come with you. I've got to drop up these things at the boutique.
Paper. Seen it all morning. Ah.
Oh.
It is?
I forgot to bring it in. Is there any earth-shattering news in it we should know about?
Why don't we have a look? Oh, not much. Bit of aggro from the commies. A couple of new, presidential nominations. Ah, what do we got here? Local band's video to premiere. Blackie and the Riff Raff score again.
How's it feel, Blackie? I need to have another hit.
Well, it's better than having a flop, I guess, huh?
What's next?
What's next? I think I'll become a porno star. I'm thinking about I just can't.
Come on, you'd never give up.
No, then I have to give up you beautiful girls. I couldn't do it.
Everyone says the video is like totally awesome.
Totally awesome. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. In fact, you guys should be home right now. Your TV set's going to be on today.
Well, we wanted to welcome you home.
Oh,
He's really good at this.
Looks like he lost his fear of crowds awful quickly, didn't he?
You know, he's getting really good with the reporters, too. Especially those one-liners he keeps throwing out. People just eat it up.
Yeah, anyway, where's our next stop?
We've got a press conference at the hotel. A couple of phone calls, and that'll be arranged. Why don't you do me a favor and keep an eye on him, all right?
I have to. He's my ride.
And would you get a little more aggressive? They like you, too. Blackie! Blackie!
Guys, look at chat.
Blackie, 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna move on.
Perverts. All right. Girls. My girls.
Can I have your autograph, Miss Go?
Come on.
Some of the other girls and I were wondering if you had a girlfriend.
Oh, you were, huh?
Peter, Chris.
Yeah. We saw you get off the plane with that blonde, and it looked like maybe she was with you.
Oh, no. It's just a friend.
I'll pass it around, thanks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Lou?
Said no more drugs, right, man.
That's weird.
No, I'm sorry. Lou's not back yet from her weekend. Oh, she went to New York to visit some friends, yes. Well, you see, I had expected her back earlier, but I just imagined that her plane was delayed. No, that's not necessary at all. As soon as she arrives, I'll make sure she gets right to school. And thank you for calling.
Oh, hiya, Rose.
Hey, Bert.
Forget the bad stomach, forget the milk. Just pour me some coffee, please. You are looking at one really tired cop.
You look just fine to me, Bert.
You should see my feet.
I'm not sure I want to.
Oh,
In fact,
thanks.
I know I don't want to.
I tell you, standing in one place for more than an hour, and these tootsies of mine start swelling up like balloons.
Try this job.
Yeah, you're on your feet all day.
All day.
That's not for me.
Well, hello there, and welcome back.
Thanks.
Hey, school just called.
Oh, I hope you told him I was sick.
No, I told him I thought your plane was probably delayed, but I'd see you get to school as soon as you got in.
You should have told him I was sick.
Hey, not so fast.
Well, it was out of my control that the plane was late. I'm sorry. I'll get my stuff and I'll go, okay?
Sounds like the Big Apple wasn't everything you thought it would be.
No, it was fine, really.
You sure?
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you all about it when I get home from school today, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Kind of strange.
Huh? What?
Well, her reaction. I don't know. It's not exactly what I expected from someone who was just dying to go to New York to be with Blackie and his band.
Well, maybe they had the volume turned up too high. You know, I listen to that stuff they call music, and my ears are ringing for a week.
Bert, I think this was more of an emotional reaction.
Well, if she's hung up on Blackie, she's going to have to stand in line. Because from what I understand, every woman in this country is falling for Blackie.
And luckily for their parents, he can only break one heart at a time.
Yeah, and to think we knew him when he was just a little gutter snipe. Who would believe what happened to that boy?
Hey, you're not going already? I got some muffins in the back. I was just going to pull out of the oven.
Maybe later. I have to meet the commissioner. We're working on a homicide. I have to meet him at the scene of the crime.
Oh, gonna bring in the big guns, huh?
What can I say? I want to tell you something about that man. He has a nose like a bloodhound. And if there are any clues, he's going to find them.
Well, good luck.
Thanks. Bye now.
Bert.
Oh.
Here it is again.
Blackie. It's my best song. Hey, it's real good, Josh. Why don't you finish up here? Because I got work to do and I'm having problems concentrating.
Well, hold on, man. The ending's coming up. You'll love it.
You say your love couldn't be any stronger. Cause if it's real, don't wait any longer. Make me believe it. Let me love you right. Make me believe it. Oh.
Now, Blackie, this is not an audition. It's a press conference, so there's nothing to be scared of.
Come on, scared me, the kid.
Well, just go there and do exactly the same thing as you did with the kids at the airport.
What do you mean, joke around with those guys?
Sure, that was perfect. Reporters love that kind of easy banter. It's when you look nervous or upset, that's when they want to sort of tie you to the pole and roast you like Joan of Arc.
Yeah, that'll never happen with me. Remember the other night, man, I handled him great. That Farley guy from the rock magazine, cool.
Well, that's different. You see, that was one-on-one. This is you against them.
Oh.
Maybe we ought to rehearse this.
What, do you have all the questions prepared or something?
Well, I've heard them all before. They'll ask you how you got your start, who you got your start from, who your favorite performers are, stuff like that.
They're not going to ask me about my past, are they?
Why?
Well, I don't exactly come from the right side of the tracks, you know.
Well, Blackie, that's great. Let's play it up. From rags to riches overnight, huh?
All because of Steppy Brand, huh?
That's okay. You can leave me out of
No,
it.
it's true, honey.
Hey, the reason that you've made it is because you've got what it takes. And I'm not just talking about talent. You've got a real charisma that people see. Whatever you do, don't change that and don't lose it. Just go down there today and be yourself.
All right, whatever you say. You're the boss.
Hey, did you see all those people out there?
Yeah, we came in through the back way.
Oh, there's about 200 screaming high school girls, and they're all
great.
downstairs.
I know.
Well, come on, man. I made it up here in time. The debut of the video. The video.
right.
Video. Turn around, turn around. All right, this is great. Is it the right time, Frisco?
Yeah.
I'll get it.
Perfect. Yeah.
Be right on, man.
Blackie
Right.
and the Riff Raff doing Make Me Believe It.
This is it.
Hey!
Cool. Cool shot of guitar, cool shot of piano.
Why do I feel
Pretty good, buddy.
like there's something missing?
Good bands, Frisco. I love that part.
You say it's real, you tell me I've got it wrong. You but I'm afraid that the feelings die.
Nice.
And I keep
Good shot there. Gotta be happy with that.
the magic is still alive. Darling, make me believe it. When you hold me tight. I wanna feel it. When you love me right. Make me believe it. Let me know your love is true. When you do, baby, then I think maybe you'll believe it too. I could be wrong, my imagination.
And for all you guys out there who just missed the hottest new video, tell you what we're gonna do. Play the whole thing again from start to finish. So here it is again, folks. Blackie and the Riff Raff doing Make Me Believe It.
Baby, let me know your love is true. 'Cause when you do, baby, then I think maybe you'll believe it too.
Just a sec. It's open.
Just me. You want to talk about it?
Talk about what? I'm fine. Everything's great.
That's weird then, because those aren't the signals I'm picking up. Something happened there. Why don't you just go ahead and tell me what?
I watched them make some of the video.
That's it.
Yeah, well, just about. Big city, New York.
I know, overwhelming.
Really, Rose, nothing happened. I'm okay. Really, I had a good time.
All right, if you say so. Meanwhile, you better get your books together and get on over to school.
No, I can't. Not right away, at least.
Why not?
Well, I have to talk to Blackie.
Lou, you were just with him.
I know, but it's very important, Rose, really.
Not as important as school, young lady. Now, you gather your books together and get yourself over there right now. Whatever you have to say to Blackie can wait until later.
No, Rose, you really don't understand.
Now, young lady, or I'll walk you over there myself, and I'm sure you don't want that.
Fine.
Now.
Bye.
Hey, here's better.
My goodness. Seems smaller than I remember it.
That's what I was thinking.
Not to mention empty and cold.
They've certainly let it deteriorate, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Do you think you can save it?
How much do you want to spend?
Whatever it takes. Which, judging by the appearance of things, may be quite a bit.
Well, it's not a total loss. That hutch, dining room table, living room table, we can refinish all those. We can get slip covers for these chairs instead of the throws.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was thinking on the way over here.
I noticed. You barely said a word.
There's something about those mountains and the trees and the meadows and all those acres of silence.
Calming, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Peaceful and relaxing. You know, that's what I remember most about being kids. No matter how many hassles were going on around home, we could come here and they just disappear.
I guess I was never aware of your troubled childhood.
Oh, no, you know what I mean, though. I mean, problems at school, arguments with the parents. But this was an incredible escape.
I'm afraid I wouldn't know, since my Parents always came with me.
Your parents were great.
Yes, they were. Tell me, Celia, do you remember the kingdom?
Oh, of course I do. I didn't think you did. That's why I never brought it up.
Malabethia, the kingdom of the forest.
Yes, and reigning monarch Grant Putnam.
Queen of the court, Celia Quartermain.
Do you think it's still left?
I don't know. A fort made out of sticks and dead logs wouldn't tend to last any longer than a child's imagination.
And what vivid imaginations we had.
No. You did. I always just followed along. You'd point and say, "Look, Grant, there are our subjects. They're bowing as we pass." And I'd pretend, but I never saw a thing.
Well, I think there's probably something still there, don't you? Of the castle, I mean.
We'd have to find it first.
Well, it's just on the other side of the lake, past the big meadow.
Worth a look, I'd say.
Yes, and at the very least, it'll be a peaceful walk around the lake.
Lead the way. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I just remembered. I told the housekeeper that I would meet her here. She has agreed to stay on, but she wanted to stop by and meet me first.
Well, when does she do?
Any minute now.
Well, that's all right. We won't go very far, and we'll post a watch.
That sounds fair.
Mm-hmm. To our kingdom, then.
To our kingdom, my lady.
Okay, I won't even charge you.
Oh, that's good business. Now I'm going to have 2 Danish.
What happened to your diet, Bert?
You had to get nasty?
Yeah.
Well, about my diet, it ended up like all of my diets. It died very early of neglect.
Well, what can I say but help yourself? Take 2. They're small and they're fresh.
Sure look great.
You know, I figured Robert would be with you.
Yeah, well, I asked him to come along, but he had some work to do at the office, he said. You know, that's how he stays thin, I'll bet. That and the exercise room he has in his home.
Listen, Bert, if it's exercise you want, listen, the Daughters of Ireland are starting to put together this aerobics class. Why don't you come and sign up?
So you can set me up again with Mrs. Clancy? And Clancy lowers the boom on me? No, thank you.
Come on, Bert, you gotta get out. You gotta circulate.
Look, blood circulates. I vegetate. Unless, of course, the right woman came along, but it hasn't happened yet.
No, things could be worse.
I could be married.
Yeah, we both could. How is that?
Good. Listen, not to change the subject, but how's Rick doing?
I don't know, as well as could be expected, I suppose. You know, he's really thrown himself into his work and taking care of the family, kids. I guess that's really all he can do to, in an effort to stop thinking about it.
Have you heard? Has Laura found out?
Apparently not. They haven't been able to track him down. And I guess they're just waiting for Rick to, for them to call Rick. Kelly. Yes, this is she. What? Are you sure? No. Listen, not to worry. I'll take care of everything. I'll handle it myself. Thank you for calling. Martha, will you man this? I'll be back in an hour.
Hey, what's up?
Lou didn't show up at school.
Well, can I help?
No, thanks very much. Just the same, I know exactly where she is.
Really? Where?
There.
Where do you think you're going? I have to talk to Blackie. He's busy. It's important. The aching heart of a wet-nosed teenager is not important. Not to me or Blackie or anybody else around here.
This doesn't have anything to do with that.
Oh, really?
He has to talk to me. What I have to tell him is very, very important.
The only people he's speaking to today is the press. Now get lost.
Hey, whoa. What's going on here?
I just have to talk to Blackie.
Yeah, well, that much I heard.
Look, it's something that I know and that he needs to find out.
Well, tell me and then we'll both know, okay?
I was cleaning your room.
What's his name? Lisa, want me to cut his hair?
No, look. If you could help me, if you just get me past Steffi and so I can talk to Blackie, please.
That might be tough to do. Can't you wait till after this press conference?
If I have to.
Look, just have a seat over here, all right? It won't be that long.
How's it like to be famous? I love it. It's great, you know, having fun.